Namaste, good morning to you all and also welcome to today's mathematics class. In the previous class, we have discussed chapter 15, perimeter and area. Hope you have revised well. In today's session, we will start a new chapter, chapter 16, data handling. First, we will discuss about data. Data is a collection of facts and figures gathered to give information. Okay, so data is a collection of facts and figures gathered to give numerical information. We collect data to draw important information from them. Different methods of data collection are: first one is taking measurements in experiments. Taking measurements in experiments. This method is used often in science and quality control. This method is used often in science and quality control. Here we often the data collected by conducting experiments to take measurements. For example, used in science and quality control. Example, used in science and quality control. The second method of data collection is observing outcomes. Here we use direct observation to collect data from our daily life. Here we use direct observation to collect data from our daily life. For example, number of cars passing through a junction at a particular time. The number of cars passing through a junction at a particular time. Number of cars passing through a junction at a particular time. The third method of data collection is conducting surveys. Surveys may be conducted through face-to-face interviews, telephone inquiries and self-completed questionnaires. Face-to-face interviews, telephone inquiries and self-completed questionnaires. For example, population census and customer satisfaction survey So surveys may be conducted through face-to-face interviews, telephone inquiries and self-completed questionnaires. For example, population census and customer satisfaction survey. This is the third method of data collection. The fourth method of data collection is reading statistical publications. Some data such as economic conditions and population of a country cannot be done by an individual. In such cases, we depend on statistical publication to get reliable data. Okay, so these are the four methods of data collection. The first one is taking measurements in experiments, and the second one is observing outcomes, and third one is conducting surveys, and fourth one is reading statistical publications. Move on to exercise questions. First question from exercise 16.1. Question number 1. Sudhi wanted to determine whether a die was based. She tossed the die 120 times and recorded the results. It's a die. Okay. Option A, what kind of data collection method did she use? Option B, what are the possible results in each toss? So option A, what kind of data collection method did she use? So she observing outcomes. So the answer is observing outcomes. Observing outcomes. Then option B, what are the possible results in each toss? So how many faces are there in a die? 6 faces. Okay. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Then question number 2. A teacher wants to find out the number of class 6 students who have birthdays falling in each of the 12 months. He collects the data in the following ways. A teacher wants to find out the number of class 6 students who have birthdays falling in each of the 12 months. That means in 1 year. He collects the data in the following ways. Option A, checking the date of birth of each student in the class register. Option B, asking the students to raise their hands if their birthdays fall within a certain month. Option C, designing a form and getting the students to fill in their birthdays and return the forms to him. Name the data collection method used in each case. Yeah, we already learned 4 methods of data collection. So you have to write the data collection method. First one, A, checking the date of birth of each student in the class register. That means reading publications. Reading publications. Then question number 2, B, asking the students to raise their hands if their birthdays fall within a certain month. So, observing outcomes. Then, question number C, designing a form and getting the students to fill in their birthdays and return the forms to him. That means she conducting surveys. So, conducting surveys. Next, we will discuss organization of data. Raw data or primary data is data collected from source. So, the data collected in a survey is called raw data because it has not been organized. Okay, so the data collected in a survey is called raw data because it has not been organized. On to exercise questions. First question from exercise 16.2. The following data shows the ages measured to the nearest year of students in a tuition class. Some data are given. Constructing a frequency table for the data. The data is given. We have to construct a frequency table for this data. So first we have to organize the data using a table. So first you have to draw a table with 3 columns. The first column is ages and the second column is tally marks and the third column is frequency. Okay, the ages, the different ages are given. Okay, so you have to write the ages. The second column is tally marks. Tally marks means you read the data one by one and mark a straw or tally. This is straw. Okay, this is straw or tally in the tally mark column. The next column is frequency. Frequency means the number of students in the class occurs. That is frequency. Okay, so ages. Ages means the different ages are given. First start with 12. 12, then 13, then 14, then 15. 12, 13, 14 and 15. So 13 means I have to write this one stroke. Okay, this stroke or tally. Then 14, this is 14. Then 13, then 12, then 15, 15, then 14, 14, then 13, 13, 13, 30. The first row is over. The second row, 12. Start with 12, then 13. 13 means here 4 strokes. Okay, so 4 strokes, but the 5th stroke, to make the counter easier, every 5th stroke with cross stroke. To make the counter easier, every 5th stroke with cross stroke. So 12 is over, then 13. 13 means this one, 13. Okay, 13. Then again 13. The next one, 13. Then 14, 14. Then 14. Then 15. Then 12. Then 13. This is 13. Then second row is over. The third row, start with 13. 13. This is 13. Then 12. 12. Then 14. 14 means then the 5th stroke. 5th stroke means cross stroke. 14. Again 14. Then 13. Then 14. Then 13 and 12. 13 cross stroke. Then 12. 12 again cross stroke. Then third row is over. Then fourth row start with 14. 14. Then 15. 13, 13. 13, 13. 12. Again 13. 14, 13. 14. Then 30. Okay, the second column is over. Then the third column, frequency. Frequency means the number of times each class occurs. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. The cross stroke means 5. This is 5. 5 plus 1, 6. Again this is 5, 5, 10, 10 plus 4, 14. This is 5, 5 plus 4, 9. This is 3. So total adding all the frequencies, 6 plus 14, 20, 20 plus 9, 29, 29 plus 3, 32. 32. So this is the frequency table. It's a frequency table. Next, question number 4. The following data is a record of the grades of 40 students in a mathematics examination. Marks are given, the grades are given. Option A, construct a frequency table for the data. Option B, what was the grade obtained by the most number of students? Option C, find the number of students who obtained grade A or grade B. So this data is a record of grades of 40 students in a mathematics examination. Okay. So we have to organize the data using a table. The table with 3 columns. The first column is grades, and the second column is tally marks, and the third column is frequency. So grades here A, B, C, D, E. So you have to write the grades A, B, C, D, and E. Then the next column is tally marks. Tally marks means you read the data one by one and mark a stroke, where stroke in the tally mark column. So first B, start with B. So B, then C, then A, then D, E, again A, B, then C, then B. The first row is O, and second row D, C, then again C. So to make the counter easier, every 5th stroke with the cross stroke. So C, then A, B, A, then B, then D, then E, then C, D, C, C, D, then C. The second row is over. The third row, start with B, B, B. So the 5th stroke, cross stroke, then again 1. B, then D, again cross stroke, then E, A, then D, B, D, B, then D, then E, 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 4 stroke is over, then cross stroke, 5th stroke. Then the last row start with C, C, E, then C, B, then D, then C, C, again 5th cross stroke, then again one C, then A, D, C, A, again cross stroke, then D, C, D, then C. Then the third column, frequency column, that means the number of times each class appears. That means occurs. So here 4 plus 1, 5. Here 5 plus 3, 8. 5 plus 3, 8. Here 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. Here 5 plus 4, 9. Here 5 plus 1, 6. So total A plus 5, 13, 13 plus 12, 25, 25 plus 9, 34, 34 plus 6, 40. So 40 students. Okay. Then first option A is the frequency table. So this is the frequency table. Then option B, what was the grade obtained by the most number of students? What was the grade obtained by the most number of students? Here 5, 8, 12, 9, 6. So, which grade? The answer is grade C. Then, this answer grade C. The answer is grade C. Then, the third option C, find the number of students who obtain grade A or grade B. Here grade A is 5, grade A is 5 and grade B is 8. So 5 plus 8 is equal to 30. The answer is 13. The number 13 students obtain grade A or grade B. Question number 5. The following data shows the distances in kilometer covered by 30 passengers who took the taxis. Data is given. Option A. Construct a frequency table of uniform intervals for the data using the intervals 0 to 2.0, 2.1 to 4.0 and so on. Option B. Find the number of passengers who covered more than 6 kilometers. How to find the number of passengers covered more than 6 kilometers. So we have to organize the data using a table. It's a table. The first column is distances in kilometer. Second one tally marks. Third one frequency. So start with 0 to 2.0. Using the intervals, then 2.1 to 4.0. Then 4.1 to 6.0. Then 6.1 to 8.0, then 8.1 to 10.0. The next column tally marks. They read the data one by one and mark a stroke in the tally mark column. Okay. Last one 7.2. 7.2 lies between 6.19 and 8.0. Then 2.8. 2.8 this one. Then 4.2. 4.2. Then 6.0 again, then 6.5, 6.5, then 3.3, 3.3, then 5.3, this one, then 9.0, then 7.1, then 0.8, 0.8 means less than 1, so this interval 0 to 2.0. First row is over, then second row 4.1 again. This one, then 3.7, 3.7, then 8.1, 3.6, 3.6 means this one, 3.6, then 4.7, 4.7 means crossed, then 6.4, 6.4, then 8.4, then 1.5, then 5.5, then 7.5, crossed. Then third row 9.3, then 5.8, then 6.9, this is 6.9, then 5.7, then 1.6, then 2.3, again cross stroke, then 4.8, then 4.0, then 9.2, this is 9.2, then 6.5. So adding here 3, here 5 plus 1, 6, here 5 plus 4, 9, here 5 plus 2, 7, here 5. So adding total 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 9, 18, 18 plus 7, 18 plus 7, 25, 25 plus 5, 30. So total 30. Then this is the first option A, it's a frequency table. Option B, find the number of passengers who covered more than 6 kilometers. Find the number of passengers who covered more than 6 kilometers. More than 6 kilometers means these two intervals. Okay? More than 6 kilometers means these two rows. So here the frequency is 7, here the frequency is 5. So 7 plus 5, 12. So the number of passengers, 12. The answer is 12. Today we have discussed collection of data and organization of data and also completed exercise 16.19, 16.2. Hope it is clear for you all. If you have any doubt, please note it and keep. We will discuss it during the online session. Thank you for watching. Namaste.